Hello, everybody. We in the cockpit today, man. You know, fly conversations from fly individuals from a fly point of view.
Yeah.
We got Poe Rich in the building, man. So, Poe Rich, man, get the people a little dose about who you is, where you from, and what you do.
Oh, man, well, you know, I grew up in the Fillmore, Maine, and back in the early 90s, most of my friends suffered from secondhand coke smoke. So, you know, we had ADD. And it took us a long time to get to this point, you know what I'm saying? We was fucking up at school, so we wound up thugging. That's what happened to most of us. We couldn't pay attention, right? But that was some real shit, though. Like, I grew up from Fillmore, played football at Galileo High School, played against you when you was at McAteer. So, and then, you know, after in San Francisco back in the days, like, the kids went to school, played football, but after high school was over, a lot of cats went to the streets. I went to San Francisco City College for a year, but that didn't work out, so I wound up going to the streets, going getting locked up, having about 20 years invested, incarceration, 17 straight, right after I wound up doing like 2.5. So now I'm back doing comedy, making everybody laugh. You know what I'm saying? That's like my thing. Right now I just play all day long. You know what I'm saying? The world owed me 20 years of smiles. So that's what I'm just about to run around and have fun. My son is 16 and he's twice as mature as I am right now. I'm very childish and immature. I wouldn't trust me to babysit no kids under 3. I wouldn't do it. We both playing with the stove. The plug socket.
Okay, so give us a little. So what made you want to jump into comedy? What was the, you know, what was the blueprint? What made you just feel like, okay, I'm funny, or I got jokes, or what was the inspiration? How did that become?
Oh man, like I remember back in the day, in the 90s, like I say, most of the people grew up poor because the drug era hit. So you grew up poor, you had dingy clothes, you was ashy, all that. So I got teased a lot. And I wasn't that handsome of a little kid. Like, you know what I mean? My baby pictures, people thought I was at least 4. You feel what I'm saying? So I was only 4 days old, not 4 years. But yeah, you learn that, you know, we cracking jokes on each other, and I've always been silly. I think my auntie Fannie Mae first introduced me to Eddie Murphy Raw when I was a little kid. And I think I've been impersonating characters and just being silly ever since then. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I was in prison, they was like, dog, you gotta get out and do comedy. You gotta get out and do comedy. So, you know, as soon as I came home, I hit the ground running. That's
what's up. So what would you give, you know, to the people that's still behind there, still fighting? What is one of the biggest lessons you learned about yourself? Having all this time to reflect on everything, you know, just life and everything. What is the biggest lessons you learned about yourself?
Man, don't waste your time. Don't waste time, wasting time. You know, when I was in prison, I wasted a lot of years until I got around some OGs and started telling me to read. So I started going to law library, and that's how I had double life without plus 30, but about 30 years. So me reading and understanding that taught me. I got back in court and won my appeals, and they gave me 20, and I got out in February 2004. So in this point right now, I would say, you know, a lot of young people waste time, man. They don't want to read and they don't want to learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm always open. OG told me this, right? He said, you know what you know. What's wrong with trying to figure out what I know? And I said, I'm down. He said, but you first got to close your mouth and open your ears and eyes. And that's the only way to learn sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you can try to argue with somebody about what you know, but at the same time, you're not learning nothing when you're doing that. You're teaching people that's older than you and smarter than you. You ain't going to get far like that, yeah.
Man, that's wise. That's wise. Listening more, you can learn more.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm with that. So let's, you know, on a lighter note, man, let's get into, man, like, I've been saying, you know, in my jokes and shit, just, I don't want P. Diddy to ruin my 90s era, bruh. That was our era that we grew up in, bruh. How we gonna go home without this shit being ruined, bruh? Cause man, like it's almost like he fucking up the legacy, bruh. He fucking up the legacy. So just I want you to give us a perspective of if P. Diddy was your partner.
I mean,
if P. Diddy was like JT the Bigger Figure or something right now.
What we would have had to learn about P. Diddy is that he was real slick. P. Diddy was real slick and slippery in the way he moved and slid in and out of things, right? But I would say this, man. A lot of people don't know this, and I know people are like, what? A lot of people don't know this, that P. Diddy sued the Ciroc people. the billionaires. And right now, if you look at the situation that happened with the quarterback dude who was playing at Houston, I forgot his name.
Watson.
Watson. He went against the owners, and the next thing you know, he had all these women. Same thing happened with Bill Cosby, when he started, you know what I mean, fighting for, you know what I mean, like all the rights, and he didn't want to sell those people shit. The same thing happened with Michael Jackson. It's always black people get hit with all these rape and weirdo shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm not saying P. Diddy perfect, but I am saying this. You can't, once you go against these billionaires, especially if you use them to get where you was at, they gonna come for you once you stop tap dancing when they snap their fingers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't see Master P going through this, and that's why
at all.
We don't see Cube going through this either.
At all.
But as we know, we never looked at them as a type that really commingled with people that was not good people. You know what I mean? We didn't see them in Paris dressing like homosexuals, and not nothing against the homosexuals, but I'm saying now P. Diddy has came out as, you know what I mean, a gay man, and he's been hiding that fact all this time. So we ain't never seen certain people, like even Snoop Dogg went broke and went back to P hooked up, but we see Snoop still being Snoop. He's still crippin', but he's with Barbara Walters. It's like sometimes you can't, I always say this, man, when you go to Europe, stay American. When you go to Europe and adopt everything they doing to get to that bag, like with all this alcohol and all this, y'all going out there, y'all in them little boats with them sandals on, and y'all laying in them hammocks with all those dudes, and now they gonna say y'all raping men, or y'all hang around, you know what I mean, doing something with children or raping women. It's just the way they play you.
I just hate the fact that it's like they done hid behind all this gangster shit. Cause I'm, you know, I don't, the shit way we grew up, we really was living a gangster life. So it's like now it's like you hiding behind that, and it was all a fraud.
All a fraud.
Man. It was all a fraud.
Yeah, like I say, Q, Master P, we ain't gonna see them going through this. It's a few other people we ain't gonna see because they did shit they did shit the way where they stood on business, as they say, right? The young people say stood on business. But if you don't stand on business, man, and you stand under business, and it's gonna fall on your back. When it fall on your back, you already know what happened. We just watching everybody fall from grace.
So yeah, is the advice to be like, you know, like how P and them, they kind of like turn the other cheek, like that ain't, you know, you choose what you choose, but you stay positive and you know, stay righteous, you gonna be okay. It seemed like that's what they kind of took a blind eye to it. Exactly. Like if you really want to go over there, you could be over there, but you know what come with being over there.
I think a lot of these people thought that they was gonna go off road with these luxury cars and get to the other side. It was like, nah, get the mud tire, you gonna get dirty, so bring the right equipment. You shortchanged, you cheated, and you got to trip. A lot of these cats, they sold out their own culture to get where they going. You see what I'm saying? Like, they sold out their own culture to get where they going, and then they really don't. They do stuff to let us know, like, hey, I'm still black. Like, they voted for Obama and they went to the White House, but like I say, even Jay-Z didn't go to New Orleans when he gave that $1 million up.
He didn't.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's just the type of shit I'll be talking about, right? Or when, you know, motherfuckers got something for sale, like you went to the NFL, but you failed to do it for the culture. You're doing it for your own benefit. Like sometimes if you put yourself above the people, you're not a man of the people. So when it's time for you to get judged, the people not gonna judge in your favor. And that's exactly what's going on with a lot of these people right now.
Damn, that's some real shit, Rich. That's some real shit. Yeah. That's knowledge right there.
It is knowledge.
That's knowledge.
I mean, the game is to be sold, not told, but the price of the game is just paying attention, man. Now, people gotta pay attention.
Okay. Well, not getting into too much, you know, politics. We don't want to get into too much politics. But, you know, coming from Frisco, you know, give us what do you really think about Kamala? What do you really think about Kamala, man? Give us a real dose of what you think, man. Don't give us the watered down version, because you from Frisco. So you was there when she was,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
She prosecuted one of my cases. So I would say this, man, like, she was a prosecutor, right? And not an activist first. She was a prosecutor, and you know, in the city of San Francisco, where most black men get locked up, but we ain't even a majority of the population in San Francisco. And I would say that sometimes, you know what I mean, the path you choose can make can have a big effect on the way that your people receive you. Like, it's a lot of stuff that people say about her, but I always say this, man, especially for black folks, we judge each other so hard. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even as mad when Donald Trump was in presidency, but we hate to have her in there for what? Like, why? Well, let one of us get in there to see what happened. I want to see a Native American be the president of the United States. You feel what I'm saying? That's really my dream. It's my dream more than to see a black motherfucker be president of the United States. I want to see a Native American be president. Because I'm pretty sure they know way more about this land and what this land needs than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when I think about Kamala Harris, man, I just think that, you know, me being older, I may have a certain, or people our age may have a certain opinion about her, but I know kids that's 5, they see their hero the same way we seen Dr. Martin Luther King,
man,
or Oprah,
man,
or you know, people like that. So for me, I really don't think we should be talking bad about her. I think we should like push her, because if she do fuck up, we need to know that we gon' fuck up. But it's not like every time we get in there we gon' fuck up. Ain't nobody perfect. Shit, we ain't the reason this country fucked up. We ain't never had a president besides Barack Obama. So the country is fucked up as it is. It should tell you something.
So we should be focused on the future of Kamala and not what she did or what she done.
Exactly.
Or
we shouldn't worry about none of that. We shouldn't worry about what she hasn't done. Because if you talk about what she ain't did, what the hell you think they're gonna do for us?
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Okay. We done got your political view. So let's dabble into the comedy shit. You know what? Tell the people, what do you bring for the people that watch this and they might want to book Poe Rich? What kind of vibe are you bringing to a show? What kind of comedy are you bringing? What is a person going to leave with when they go to one of your shows?
I think in today's world, comedy is so diverse. Like you'll have somebody like Country Wayne, who people felt like is more like a YouTube comic. So he can't do stand-up. And it's like in today's world, if they like the stuff he's doing on YouTube with his acting and his shows, they gonna like what he say, because all he gotta do is reference the show, so it's still funny. I think people, you know what I mean, want to pigeonhole you, put you in a box. Like when I first came out, I had a close friend of mine that was real close, like a brother, and I couldn't get booked a lot of places because my name was unknown, so I started doing mine at New Bill's Barbershop with Coach Murray over the Visadero. And I had one of my close friends tell me, you know what, when I asked him, I said, man, you want to come do this barbershop? Oh, no, I can't do it. I'm a real comic. But later on, when I got the barbershop popping and it's doing streams online and people showing up, he wanted to come and do it with me. And his thing was, he don't want to open up for me because he a real comic. But I've always been silly my whole life, and he just started doing comedy like within the last 7 years. So at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this: like, people don't care what you're doing. If you can come in there and make them laugh, whether you're doing it acting or stand up or shit, if you up there rapping, telling jokes, however you can to make these people laugh when you get on stage or you get in front of the camera, it's all comedy. And I always tell people, I'm not a comedian, I'm just real silly. So they take from that what they want. Sherry Shepherd, the person that got me on there, she said, my mom used to tell me, stop being silly. And she like, if I would have knew all these years I can make a living being silly, I wouldn't have wasted my time doing nothing else but doing the thing I was always great at. So I can't remember a time everybody in my family said, boy, you've been silly since you came out the womb. So yeah, I'm just being as silly as possible. And they loving it, they laughing. And I'm walking down the street now, people recognize me, like, hey, Poe Rich, man. I be like, hold on. Who sent you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's fun, man. It's fun. I just be having fun every day.
That's what's up. So, ending out, man, flying out the cockpit, we always want you to give some positive advice to the youth. So, to that 18-year-old, 25-year-old, when they get that little 10, that 15, maybe that 20, what would your advice right now in 2024 for them to be? Say they fresh out and they get that little 25, 18 bands, whatever they got. What would your advice be to have financial literacy out here?
Go find somebody in a suit that drives a Benz and ask them every question on how they got that Benz in that suit and where they going. I think that today's world, we get caught up in, the rap music. Everybody think we gonna get on, like these cats now, they can get $20,000 and they just spent it shining for Instagram. Ain't made no money off of it. And it's like, I tell people all the time, man, like $10,000 can be the first step you need to becoming a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Go read every book about business and take your creativity and use that to take it where it's going. Like right now, me and you, we come from a city where opportunity is very minimal. And we still alive. And, we in our 40. And right now, like what we doing right now, we creating the opportunity. I mean, you sell merch, you do shit online. We talk about, how to make money by just posting videos. Something I had to, get a little hip to that you've been teaching me about. So it's just take your creativity. God gave us everything you need to be great. We were slaves. They gave us scraps. Now it's called soul food, and it sells more than regular food. They gave us cheap instruments. Now we got music. You know what I'm saying? They made us slaves, but now we know that we can overcome anything. I just think that it's so many things you're gonna go through in life, but we already got all the tools we need to be successful, man. And that's what they need to know. something they don't already know. That's what they need to know.
That's what's up, man. Well, we appreciate you hollering at us, telling people how they can get at you, how they can contact you, what if they want to book a show or they want to just get some knowledge and encouragement. Tell them how to get at Poe Rich.
If you want to book a show, just hit me up at Poe Rich 25 on Instagram or Poe Rich on Facebook. I'm always down for that. Or you know what I mean, or yeah, I mean, I got my own management team with Coach Murray and DR called BBC. So we working on getting that to you peoples. But yeah, that's how you book me for a show. Just hit me up on Instagram. I'm gonna show up because I ain't got no regular job. I'm literally a real comedian, and real comedians ain't got no money. Even Kevin Hart used to be a comedian. Now he's a mogul. You understand what I'm saying?
And come get a dose because I'm naturally just dumb. I'm naturally just dumb, and I'm going to give you a dose of this.
If y'all see me on the corner telling jokes with a bullhorn, just stop and listen. And if you want to, you can give me some money, but if you ain't got no money, then shit, stand next to me so I can make fun of you. We might get paid together. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. We appreciate you, boy.
Man, yeah.